With the progress of time, technology has evolved a great deal. Many technological feats, which may have been considered impossible just 10 years ago, are now part of our reality in the modern technological age. Virtual assistants, which can help us perform daily tasks, smartphones with the processing power of a computer, and now, self-driving cars. We have always envisioned that by a certain time humanity would drive around in outrageous vehicles and move around in flying cars. However, rather than that, many companies are making great headway in the area of autonomous vehicles. However, what are the effects that self-driving cars will have on society? Autonomous vehicles have been under development for quite some time now, with companies like Tesla, EasyMile, Ford, and more having seen some success with varying types of autonomous cars. The technology required for an autonomous car varies depending on the level of the vehicle. An autonomous car can vary from level 0 to level 5. Let's have a look at what each level means and how it differs from the others. As you can see from the infographic, there are 6 different levels for autonomous cars, from level 0 to level 5. To understand how self-driving cars are progressing, we need to understand these different levels. Firstly, let's have a look at level 0. Level 0 autonomous vehicles are cars that require full manual control. The human does what is known as the dynamic task, which is driving in this case. There can be systems that help the driver drive, such as emergency brakes. However, this does not qualify as automation of the vehicle, as it does not affect the driving of the car. Level 1. This level counts as the lowest level of automation for vehicles. Level 1. Level 1 cars are the cars that can be most commonly found on roads in this day and age. Some features of Level 1 autonomous cars are included, but not limited to cruise control. This qualifies for Level 1 autonomy because it is an intelligent system that controls the steering and acceleration of the car while it is turned on. And adaptive cruise control. This is where a car can steer and accelerate but is keeping a safe distance from the other cars. In Level 1, driver assistance is still required for the car to function properly. However, there are some small things that the car can do by itself. Level 2. Level 2 autonomous vehicles are those that have partial driving automation. The main decider for what makes a car fall into Level 2 is due to the fact that the owner of the car still must be present in the car and take control of the car at all times. However, since there is partial driving automation without assistance, they are more advanced than Level 1 cars. Examples of systems that qualify as Level 2 are Tesla's autopilot system and Cadillac's Super Cruise systems. They qualify as Level 2 due to their systems that allow the car to perform the basic functions by itself. However, there is still some partial assistance needed. Level 3. Between Level 2 and 3, the jump in technological complexity is very significant. Level 3 signifies conditional driving automation. The first thing that can be said about vehicles with Level 3 automation is their capability to make intelligent decisions based on their surroundings and environment. They often have very good detection technology that allows them to do things such as speed past a slower moving car or slow down if any people are detected. The car, however, still requires a human to be there and be alert at all times if an override is needed at any point. An example of an autonomous vehicle which has Level 3 capabilities is the 2019 Audi A8L. It has a mode known as Traffic Jam Pilot, which utilizes a LiDAR sensor to perceive information from the surroundings and be able to maneuver the car in complex traffic situations. However, certain complications with the American regulatory process to judge for the safety of the car prevented Audi from releasing the full Level 3 model. Instead, they released a Level 2 model for the public. Despite this, in Germany, however, Audi will start to distribute the Level 3 model as well. We are reaching the last few levels, which are Level 4. Level 4 autonomous vehicles contain all the key features of Level 3 cars, and the jump in technology is not that significant. The car does not require human interaction to perform. However, humans still should be ideally present in order to override the car in case anything does go wrong. And finally, we get to Level 5. For a car to be Level 5 means that it has 100% automation in all aspects. This is a vehicle in which the human does not need to perform the dynamic task at all, which is driving. These cars will eventually be able to roam completely free and go anywhere, driving exactly the same as a veteran driver would. These cars are being tested by various companies, but they are not allowed to be taken outside to drive just yet, as the safety features of the cars are not completely finished. However, At the rate the technology is advancing, cars like these may become commonplace very soon.
Looking at the more advanced levels, it is apparent that in the future, AI will be able to completely take over on account of humans for some tasks. What are implications of this? Many people address the upcoming wave of artificial intelligence with great skepticism, and for this reason, the integration of self-driving cars may be more difficult than intended. A certain level of moral and ethical judgment that humans process is difficult to create through a logic-based program, which is what most algorithms are based on. We can't entirely trust machines to make the same choices on the same criteria as a rational human being. For example, take a look at this tech YouTube channel testing automatic summon feature on a Tesla model. As you can see in this video clip, the technology is still unreliable. In one instance, there is a cause for concern as the car stopped too late in relation to the motion of the passenger. In the other instance, however, the technology worked as it was intended and gave the pedestrian ample time to move past the car until it continued to turn out of the parking space. Instances such as this make the safety considerations for the technological advancements, such as these, are very strict. It will definitely not be an easy process to put one of these vehicles out in the streets and have people trust them to be completely safe and drive in public. Looking at them objectively, there are few obvious pros and cons for fully autonomous cars. A successful implementation of automated cars allows for there to be no human errors, as long as the artificial intelligence works properly. Road rage, drunk driving, driving and texting, and other human interferences will be eliminated from the process of driving. And the biggest advantage is that due to all of this, there will be less fatalities due to traffic-related incidents. This is all assuming that the conditions are perfect and self-driving cars function exactly how we want them to. This is where many of the faults lie. To counterbalance all the advantages, there are significant risks as well. Firstly, the software program used to control the cars have the potential to be hacked into. This can have disastrous effects if the hacker has malicious intent. Secondly, if the majority of people have self-driving cars to take them places, the need for taxi and ride-sharing services such as Uber will fade, which can result in a lot of lost jobs and unemployment. Lastly, any glitch or bug in the program for a fully autonomous vehicle could result in an accident, which could have been potentially prevented if a human was to be in the control of the car. An area for concern is when an ethical decision needs to be made. An obvious emphasis needs to be placed on minimizing human casualties. However, does the number of lives at stake always make the choice correct? We are unsure what the type of ethical choices self-driving cars will make when faced with such decisions. A survey known as the Moral Engine presents the person with 13 choices in which a decision to save a person's life must be made. It collects data on what type of lives the respondent chose to sacrifice and what type of lives the respondent chose to save. With over 13 million responses, the survey showed that respondents from different areas of the world and different cultural beliefs choose very different answers. Looking at this data, engineers of these cars will have to shoulder the ethical responsibility of programming these self-driving cars to make the best possible decision in any given scenario. The thought that the lives of many humans could be affected in a way that we cannot predict scares some. However, even with its downfalls, autonomous cars can also bring a lot of benefits to our world as part of an era of artificial intelligence.